Alright, so I'm going to try and keep this pretty short. First, I would like to state that there is no such thing as a free market, only a market to the highest bidder. Also, the economy is cyclical and recursive in nature. There is no trickle up or trickle down. The exchange of money goes every which way. Consuming is a form of investing in the economy, and everyone who participates in the economy does so. The problems with income inequality. Job loss due to lack of liquidity in the market. People can't participate past basic needs, if even that. Centralized money in the market is centralized power over the market. Look at what went on with derivatives. Increased poverty means increased crime. Less voice in terms of government because in our political system, money buys influence. As you can see, this is also largely the cause of the regulations that get put in place to stifle competition. Now, why hasn't the market corrected itself? Well, it's profitable. Financial institutions get easy credit from the Fed as they try the repetitive, uh, practically insane ways Keynesian policy or malformed, misinterpreted Keynesian policy that they have for years, the whole pump priming. And as they do this, the banks lend money to people for consumption rather than business. And the easy credit from the Fed makes savings and certificates of deposit and other things like that, makes the rates really low, and nobody has an incentive to do so anymore. The multiplier effect, along with this, creates monetary inflation, as you know, and it inflates the price of capital, thus making it harder for people to obtain capital. Um, Big business does not favor competition, so this situation is very profitable to them because if you can't obtain capital, well, you're not going to be owning business. Ways to fix this problem. Uh, you'll probably disagree with a lot of these, and that's fine. I used to share your same point of view. I used to be a voluntarist. I'm not any longer. But here are my solutions to this problem. You raise the reserve ratio and create a national mutual fund along with reforming Social Security and welfare would provide a basic income to everyone, causing the supply of employees in the economy to drop, thus, higher wages. So you're not directly increasing like a minimum wage or anything like that. This sort of mimics the natural, cycle of the economy. I think it's actually even better. Along with the other side effects, such as the market accommodating the people that wish to do nothing, the same people who would now currently be abusing our welfare system, by seeing this as an opportunity for stable revenue through things like cheap housing and apartments, which would also benefit college students working their way through school, etc. This would also lower crime rates and give middle-class families that boost in income that might allow them to create a small business, thus creating jobs. And along with that, your average person, they may take that money if they have a job and they can live. They'll put it in a savings account now that the interest rates are higher. Add a couple more brackets to the income tax is another way to go about this, and create an exemption for X amount of interest earned from savings, and the same with capital gains. Lower the price of core necessities in the economy. Energy and food specifically through a policy of treating the grid as we treat public roads. Anyone can use them. So you would create this spur of competition in the electricity market, and of course if you give tax deductions for companies for things like new energy sources like solar, or even have something based on efficiency where if you meet these efficiency standards in terms of like your oil burning plant and you're not losing more than this much in heat or things like that, give them tax deductions. You want the supply of electricity to go up so that the prices go down. With farms, you quit subsidizing farmers not to grow food. You would implement tax policy that rewards production again, basically production quotas. If they meet certain production quotas, they get these tax write-offs, and this would be any farm. This would cause the prices for all goods to be lowered, for these core necessities to be lowered, and this would benefit both business and the consumer. Prices would be cheaper, and the consumers would have more money in their pocket for food being cheaper. Now I would like to address your statements toward the end of your video. I can assure you poor people aren't incentivized to be rich. They're worried more about food on their table and being able to pay their rent, or taking care of their kids. Also, you said this is just reality. Well, no, I think it's the reality you've chosen. It could very easily be changed. There's lots of ways to change it, and these were my ideas on changing it. Now I know there's a guy who wrote a book about something similar to my, mutual fund idea, and I can't remember his name right now, but you can just look that up. It's not a fresh idea, I have my own take on it, but I think other people have mentioned it before. Um, Also, I used to share your same perspective, as I said earlier, and just keep on studying economics. Try and look at other points of view, and try and remember the more human, uh, the roles of the more human and emotional elements in the economy, what they play in terms of people's decision making, etc. Give me some feed. I welcome your feedback. So.